Ray, tell me a little bit about why you decided to run for Anderson County Council.
The biggest reason I felt like we needed to have a stronger voice in the community. Growing up in Belton, living in the Star and Iva area, I felt like we needed to have a better voice as far as it's going to bring information back to the council, and also that's going to speak on behalf of our community as far as moving forward. So I just felt like there was a need there, and decided to run.
Now, you've been involved, though, in public service for a long time. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I started off with Belton Rescue Squad as a junior member when I was 14 years old. Basically, me and my twin brother kind of hung out there as we was growing up, kind of getting involved with the EMS system. As I got older, joined the Shetter Fire Department when I was 18. Went on and joined Belton Fire Department as well. A few years later, ended up going full-time with the City of Belton Fire Department. As time went on, several of the fire, in fact, I think about all the engineers with the fire department was reserve officers. So kind of got a desire to do that, and went through that program, and was a reserve officer with the police department for the City of Belton as well. Got a little taste of that, kind of enjoyed law enforcement. Decided to kind of switch hats and go into law enforcement full time. Went to work for the City of Anderson. Worked there, mainly done traffic and interdiction was probably the biggest thing I done there. Went on to the county as a sheriff's deputy, worked SRO program with some of the local schools, and also worked in the investigation division with the sheriff's department.
How do you think that experience is going to make you a better councilman?
Well, as far as on the EMS, law enforcement, fire side, I mean, I definitely don't think people has to sell me the need of that. I truly see the benefit of that in the community. You look at the fire service, for instance. I mean, we've got probably one of the best fire systems in the state, and basically it's a volunteer system. And you look at how, if you truly sit down and figure the cost savings that's involved there, it's unreal the value that they're able to save us in the county. So looking at that, I mean, I definitely see the benefit with that as well.
So this EMS study is going to be an important part of the future of the county.
It is, but a lot of people has a little bit of heartburn with the EMS study. Some of them thinks we shouldn't have done it. Some of them thinks that it kind of pinpointed things that was not true issues. But the biggest thing, years ago when and I remember when this took place, they went from a volunteer system to a paid system. And not pointing fingers at no one, the council members that was on at that time or anything like that, but basically what we done is we took good EMTs, good paramedics, people that literally had given their lives to that volunteer system, and we made them business managers. And to me, we failed miserably then. We basically took some good people and made them business managers without truly giving them the resources that they need to basically for success. And surprisingly, and I don't mean that negative, but surprisingly, they've been able to survive all this time. But with that being said, we're at a turning point where we can truly move to the next level. We can always improve our level of care. We can always improve our efficiency. Did I need a study for that? No, I didn't. But I think the study has brought everything to light where we realize we've got to deal with it and move forward with it. So I definitely see the value of the study, and I definitely commend the council for taking the initiative and taking that step and getting that study completed.
During your first year as a councilman, what do you think some of the big challenges before council are?
Probably one of the biggest one would be the EMS study. We've got several options, and probably more than what I'm going to mention, but right now, I mean, kind of in people's mind, we've got an option of a hospital system operating an EMS program. We got a option of basically a county-wide system where the county basically manages the EMS system. We got the current system with just some more guidelines in place to kind of ensure that the different divisions are operating efficiently and having the resources they need to operate. And then we got private service, which could be MedSure or some other company coming in and basically taking over the EMS system. You know, and I'm sure there's other options. And one thing I will say that I'm truly thankful of is, you know, talking with the council members, everybody truly seems to have an open mind. I don't think no one is kind of set in stone as far as this is the route we need to go. We had a meeting this week concerning this. Something that really impressed me out of that meeting, everyone that spoke, with the exception of one, truly came across that, you know, we agree there's issues. What can we do to improve it? And I'm a firm believer, you know, number one, anything can be improved. But I mean, in order to improve it, you've got to buy into that concept and be willing to change yourself. And in doing so, regardless what system we go with, even if we keep the current system, which, you know, could be great, because I mean it's worked for years, but if we keep that system, they've got to be bought into the fact that we need to grow and we need to change, because there is some issues with it.
You're not the only one, but you're one of the first councilmen to get involved after you got elected, but before you come on council. I mean, you've been to a lot. Have you been surprised how much work this part-time job is going to be? Yes,
it's been interesting. You know, one thing about it, when you look at the pay that a council member makes, it's comical. You know, it's no secret. I think it's like $8,600 or $8,800, something like that. That's the bad thing about it. I don't even know what it does pay, but I'm thinking it's like $8,600 or $8,800. Then you look at what I spend to get elected to council. You know, I had a few people that supported me on this, but you know, for the most part, I mean, I pretty much sponsored it myself with my family. So then you come on and you look at all the meetings you're going to and all the time that you put into it. Right now, I'm definitely in the hole. But I mean, I didn't decide to run for council, you know, wondering what's my benefits going to be. Where's this going to benefit me and my family? Because the true benefit to me and my family is to see Anderson County grow and improve and continue to move forward. I've got 4 kids in this county, 3 grandkids, and I mean, that's my investment because it's their future as well. And I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, you know, truly watching Anderson County grow and improve. And we've got so much going on that's positive in our county today that you know, I tell you, it's a great time, I think.
You also might be the only council member who has lived in every town in their district. How has that given you a good perspective about your district?
And that question sounds like I moved a lot, but I actually grew up in Belton, lived there all my life up till basically, I guess about 12, 13 years ago, 14 years ago. And in doing so, you know, naturally I had a lot of contacts in Belton, grew up working at Jake's Restaurant in Belton, was involved with the fire department there. So, you know, I had a lot of contacts growing up over there. When I moved to Star, naturally I was involved in the community in Star, had a restaurant down in Iva, that's a family business of ours. So I mean, again, got to know everybody down in those communities. You know, all 3 of them are small communities in the county, but they're wonderful communities. I mean, they're good people in all 3 of the communities, and I think they all have the same goal, you know, seeing Anderson County grow. So it was definitely a benefit, I think, with the election, you know, having contacts throughout the community and the district that I was running for.
And have you gotten good feedback from people down there? They're excited about you being here now?
I get a lot of phone calls, and you know, a lot of people comes in the restaurant. You know, very seldom do I see someone that at least several times during the day where, you know, they're facing some type of issue that they feel like that the county councilman can help. So I mean, you know, I do get a lot of questions as far as what can we do on this or what can we do on that. And so I mean, they're keeping me busy checking on those items, and so So I mean, it's definitely been interesting.
So we've talked about council being a full-time, part-time job. Tell me about your day job, the one that you have to pay the bills with.
Well, it's basically it's a restaurant my wife and I opened up. We bought it, I think, a little over 6 years ago, and small restaurant down in Iowa, family restaurant. Basically, we have meat and three. It's basically a buffet as far as lunch every day. On Friday nights we have a catfish buffet. Saturdays we have a breakfast buffet, and then Sundays we have a lunch buffet. We've been very fortunate with it. We got a lot of customers throughout the county, even over in Georgia, Lake Secession area, that comes in and basically eats with us on a regular basis. God's definitely blessed us with. We kind of started that during a time where the economy was not the best in the world, and the restaurant. I mean, it was. Business had slipped off over the years, and I mean it wasn't doing nowhere near where it should have been doing. But through hard work and definitely a great group of employees, I mean we've really moved it forward. Still got a lot to do. We're looking at doing some more remodeling and just continue letting our business grow.
Remind people what the name of it is again?
It's Cam's Cafe. It's down in Iowa on 604 East Front Street.
Do you think you'll hear a lot from your constituents about what you should be doing up here at lunch?
Most definitely, and we already do. And I definitely encourage that. One thing when I was campaigning, I made sure, for one thing, I used my cell phone as my personal cell phone number. I've probably had 12, 14 years, honestly, probably more than that. And I mean, I shared that number very freely with anyone. All my employees at my restaurant realize this, that regardless, if someone calls wanting to speak to me, give my number out anytime. I mean, it's what it's there for. So I'm sure I will get a lot of contacts as far as people wanting to try to get something accomplished. My wife's name's Linda. She is actually from the Star community, so I mean she grew up down there. Knows was involved in the softball program at Crescent. Done a lot of coaching as far as pitching lessons over the years, and she's actually a county magistrate as well for Star Iowa area. I basically got 3 sons and a daughter. Actually, all 3 of my sons is grown now. 2 of them's got families, got 3 grandkids. Got a 6-year-old daughter. She definitely keeps us on our toes. It's different dealing with boys all your life, and then all of a sudden you got a little girl running around. But she has definitely been a true blessing.
What are your kids' names?
It's Justin, Aaron, Cameron, and Campbell. And then I got 3 grandkids, Desiree, CJ, and Weston. So definitely blessed with a great family.
What are some of your hobbies, right? Now you got 2 full-time jobs. What are you doing all that free time?
Honestly, I don't really have no major hobbies as far as hunting or anything like that. I do go hunting with my son some, and I'll carry my little girl fishing. We've got a pond on our property. But honestly, I mean, I guess the biggest hobby is just spending time with family when I got time off.